Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm Thugitmcnugget, and you are listening to The Book Club. A week ago, I told you guys that we will be reading The Impossible Fortress together, and today's the day that we finally get to talk about Chapter 1. Um, Chapter 1 will be split into spoiler section, non-spoiler section first, and then spoiler section. I don't know, just in case people are curious whether it's worth checking out. Anyways, chapter 1 was great. It was short. It was like probably what 6 pages probably. It was it was fun to read. It was very nostalgic, but then again, I didn't live through 1980s. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like adolescence. The that's it's very it felt very personal, I guess, very nostalgic. And there's not much I could say about chapter one without spoilers because it's so damn short. But it's a great start. It's a great chapter. It's a great introduction to the book. Anyways, let's get on with the spoiler section. Uh, I'm kind of curious about the mom. Like, she's very overprotective about her son, which we do not know his name yet, or her name, I guess. No, I think it's a him. um, I went back and checked, and I couldn't find his name, but we do know that he has two friends named Alf and Clark, and they're apparently nerds. They're nerds, and they're starting high school, and they're discovering their high school freedom, which is basically spending the night together and eating hot pockets and eating pizza bagels and stuff like that and playing board games till the ends of the night. And like it's just so reminiscent of, like, I guess what I used to do and still do, dude. I'm still doing what 15-year-olds do, and I'm 26. But it's so much fun, y'all. Anyways, yeah, they're getting to that age where I guess they're starting to like girls, and they're changing. They're changing. Things are changing. That's basically what's happening, and they're starting to notice on their appearance a bit more. Our main character and Alf are not. They're not very confident in their ability to pick up women or girls. Alf, it's 19. Hold on, let me see. It's 1980. I got the book right here. 1987. At the time, Alf the Alien was out on TV, so I'm sure Alf is gonna get picked on for that later on in the book. He just mentioned how, like, it's not a good sign, or it's not a good thing to be named after that, having the same name as that. Clark, on the other hand, he's apparently very good looking. He gets all the girls' attention, but as soon as they walk close, he's got a claw hand or something, and girls walk away, and it's a little sad. It's a little sad, honestly, but um, they our character and Alf agree that Clark will be a virgin for the rest of his life. And it's so funny how, like, these children think that way and stuff, like, oh, it's over, like it's it's over for this kid because he's got that and he's never gonna find and stuff. It's just it just feels so adolescent-y. I don't know. And of course, they're at that age where they're curious about women. I've already said that. And it's so funny when the Wheel of Fortune girl, Vanna White, shows up on Playboy, and Alf is so excited to report that she's on Playboy with her butt out. And they're like, "No way." Dude, that it's so funny because it's like they're our main character talks about how, like, Clark and Alf like to talk about women and girls, and sex and stuff, or like I don't know if it's sex necessarily, but they do that. But the main character is very silent apparently because he doesn't know anything, and I felt like um I was the same way when I was younger because like I went to like a private school and stuff, whatever. So I didn't know anything about it. But like, you always have those friends that do talk about it and stuff. So you learn from your friends. Sadly, should be your parents. Anyways, I'm done scolding parents. Um, it's funny. It's great so far, and I guess the reason why chapter one is so smart. I said I meant so small. It's so short because I feel like it's setting the tone of the entire book. Kind of like my thing is more movies, and I know that like the first 10 minutes of a movie will be basically what you'll get for the rest of the movie. And I feel like the book does that with the first chapter. It sets the tone of the book. And I'm liking the tone. I'm liking it. I'm excited to keep reading. Anyways, we left off where did we leave off? Clark wanted to go get the book, so the Playboy and our character will follow. And I'm gonna keep reading chapter 2 right now. So don't you go anywhere. I'll be right back with chapter 2 right now. Billy. Billy was his name. Our main character's name is Billy. Well, at least I think he's the main character. Um, I apologize. I know I said that in the first chapter his name wasn't mentioned, but now that I recalled, yeah, there is a mention of the Billy. So our three dudes are Billy, Alf, and Clark. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the chapter 2 review. And let's get on with the non-spoiler section of the book, or of the video, for chapter 2. And it's just basically my thought of chapter 2, which oh man, it just made me like a little, not mad, but like rolling my eyes, kind of, you know. Um, it made me roll my eyes a bit because it was a little like, it's the classic gotta, well, dude, it's hard to do non-spoiler sections because you gotta talk about the thing. Anyways, non-spoiler, it made me a little, but, let's move on to the spoiler section so that I could talk about it in greater detail. Um, they were doing the whole, we gotta wait outside for the grown up to buy the smutty book, the smutty magazine, and like in my head, it's like I'm not saying that made my eyes roll, but it's like I guess now that I'm older, and that's the point. That's the point. Now that I'm older, I see like these kids asking this dude named Johnny Camaro, Jack Camaro, asking Jack Camaro to buy them Playboy so they could see Vanna White, and then all of a sudden, like he comes back out and he's like, "Wait, how about this? Like how about I take more money from you? That way you guys can make more money." That kind of stuff, you know. They had this really weird idea of renting Playboy and other type of adult magazines to their friends, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make a lot of money," and it backfires because Jack Camaro knows that like no one, the kids aren't going to report him for stealing the money because they tried to get him to buy him Playboy. So like, oh, these kids are so dumb. These kids are a little dumb. But that's the point, that they're kids, you know. And it's the 80s. No one's gonna no one's gonna steal your money in the 80s because everybody trusts each other. Not like these days. Anyways, we kind of learn a bit more about these kids. We learn more about Alf also, and how he's a troublemaker and stuff. And this totally, I did not expect this from them, and it's cool. Like they're kind of troublemakers. Alf apparently is the biggest one, and they apparently destroyed a toilet with fireworks, an M80 firework. That's they shoplifted. Dude, like that's, I don't know. I would never have done that. I don't know. So I guess maybe different times. But it was like, whoa, dude, these kids aren't as nerdy as I thought they were. Or maybe they are, but they just don't really care. I don't know. Anything to fulfill their nerd activities. Let's see what else happened. That's pretty much it. Oh, we also learned about the whole gag about was it undercover priests. So I feel like that's a running gag and stuff, and that was pretty funny. I don't think that I'm Catholic myself, and I don't really think that there's undercover priests, but I mean, maybe I didn't go to Catholic school. I did go to a private school, as I mentioned earlier, but it wasn't Catholic. It's a little weird. Won't get into it. I never seen Kramer versus Kramer. They mentioned Kramer versus Kramer in the book. Never seen it. I've heard about it so many times, and now I regret not watching it. Not just because of the full frontal nudity, apparently in the movie, but just because it just seems. I always thought it always seemed like a pretty good movie to me, and I didn't know it was an Oscar winner. And I'm usually one of those that tries to watch those. So yeah. Anyways, that's my review of Chapter 2. It was pretty funny, but, like, personally, I hate it when people dig their own graves. Like, I hated watching it in movies, and I guess it translates to books, too. Like, when you have a pretty good idea, and you get too cocky, and something happens because you got too cocky, and now you're in an even worse situation. Oh, that's like a pet peeve of mine. But, like, I understand it happens, and I'm not going to say it's a bad thing that they have that in the book or whatever. I'm saying I got triggered. Okay. Anyways, thanks for listening to Chapter 2 review. I might be back with a Chapter 3. Oh, no, never mind. The videos, this pod is kind of like 4 to 6, and yeah, I called this podcast the pod. 4, 6, 10. We're already 10 minutes over. Or how many minutes? I said it was going to be like a 4-minute video. Now we're 6 minutes over. Holy crap. Anyways, we got to find a better format. We got to find rules, cuz I know you guys don't want to keep hearing me talk. But hey, at least I get over the YouTube 10-minute mark, right? Anyways, I'll be back next week, or maybe in 2 days. Hold on, I gotta set this up right so that you guys could read and then come back. Hold on. So we got Chapter 3. If you guys don't want to hear this part, this is just me thinking about how we're gonna do this. Chapter 3, Chapter 4. You know what? I'll tell you in the comment section below. I'll write a comment saying these are the next chapters that we'll be reading. I'll see if I could even flag it or something. But it'll definitely be Chapter 3 and 4. If it's 5, you'll see it right there. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. I'm another minute over. See ya.